built-to-order guitars. Okay, it's Taylor Guitars Custom Shop. Now we have over hundreds of models to choose from, but if you want to build your particular guitar the way you want it, okay, we have 33 options that you can choose from, and we can build the guitar that suits your needs. Okay, it also opens up Taylor Guitars wood supply, which is very massive. And if you want something totally unique, okay, the example that Corey has here is a Grand Auditorium body shape with an Adirondack spruce top. Okay, so it sounds like spruce, Sitka spruce, but it has a lot more volume to it. Okay, if you think about those pre-war Martins, they all have Adirondack tops on it. Okay, so if you want a really loud guitar, you can go for Sitka spruce. Also on the back, okay, is Cocobolo. Okay, it comes from Mexico. It sounds very similar to rosewood, but has a little bit more mid-range to it. Okay, it's not scooped as much as rosewood. And it also looks gorgeous. Right? It has that dark red hue to it. Another option is the bracing on the inside of the top of the guitar. Okay. This is the bracing right here. Okay. Now, the normal material is Sitka spruce. Okay, but you also have the option to use Adirondack spruce for its bracing too. Okay, so if you want this ultimate loud guitar, you can get Adirondack bracing on it too. But like I said, there's 33 options to choose from, going from the choice of tone woods to the binding, the inlay design. Okay, if you want your own personal inlay, you want your name on it, on the fretboard, okay, we can do that for you. Okay, so the custom shop is only limited to what you want to put into the guitar.
And there are three main food groups of wood. We said it was rosewood, mahogany, and maple, right? Everything else kind of falls as kind of like a subsidiary of one of those three, or a derivative of those three, or even sometimes a marriage of two of those three, right? Cocobolo, Koa, walnut, Macassar ebony, all of them look amazing. So they're the kind of guitars that you want to hang on your wall face down, you know, but they all have a unique sound to them as well. Koa in particular is, whenever you were growing up, did you ever know the person who... Did you ever know the person who was really, really great looking, right? And her folks had money, and she got great grades, and she was good at sports, right? That's Koa. It's absolutely perfect, all right? So it sounds great, it looks great, it's hard to get, it's part of the unobtainium collection, right? So it only grows on the big island of Hawaii, above 5,000 feet. The tree has to fall naturally on privately owned land. You can't go in and mill it out or anything. So basically, if someone has a koa tree on their property and they want to send their kids to college or retire, they cut down the tree and they sell it. And a log about as long as this front row here is $250,000. And it's a gamble about if it's going to look like this or if it's going to look, you know, less fancy than that. Koa also is one of the, it has the greatest frequency sweep as it opens up over time, right? Lots of wood will change, and when I mean change, I mean literally the molecular structure of the wood will change over time the more you play it, and the more it starts to resonate and get pliable and get louder. Just like you take a dollar bill straight off the mint, and if you're minting your own money, that's illegal, just so you know. But if you happen to get one from a bank, it's nice and crispy, you use it for 20 years, and then all of a sudden it feels like cloth and not paper anymore. Wood goes through a similar process, and the softer that wood gets, the louder and more resonant it gets, and the more overtones you hear over time. Koa in particular will get bassier, so the guitar will actually sound bigger. Sometimes Koa guitars can sound stiff right out of the box, but 20 hours of playing it, and it immediately starts to get, you hear that magic that we talk about. And for the next 10 years, it just gets more magical.
That's definitely true. Now, if you guys have never played a $10,000 guitar, okay, in 5 minutes you get an opportunity to play one. Now, on this particular model, one of the things that you can only get on a presentation Taylor, okay, which is the top of the line, or custom shop Taylors, is this little contour here. Okay, it's called an armrest, and it serves a couple purposes. Okay, now when Corey's playing the guitar, his forearm is going to be able to go over that side of the guitar a lot easier. And it also prevents the forearm from touching the top of the guitar, so it allows the top to vibrate a little bit freer without getting in the way. Okay? Just for you to play it. guitar that Corey was playing was this custom shop guitar. This is an all mahogany grand concert body shape, and it's a 12th fret. Okay? It's one of our specialty guitars that we offer. And so when I talk about 12 frets, I'm talking about where the neck attaches to the body. Okay, on modern guitars, they attach on the 14th fret. So on this standard model, let me give you this before I drop it. This is a 12th fret, and it's attaching right here on the 14th fret. Now, the older style building guitars, it was a 12th fret, where the neck attaches to the body. Okay, so by doing that, it lowers on the 12th fret model that Corey's holding, the bridge is actually lowered right in the middle of that lower bow. Okay, on this dreadnought, you can see it's closer to the middle of the waist, right there. So by the placement of the bridge, it allows the whole lower part of the guitar to vibrate for you, and you actually gets a warmer sound out of the guitar. Okay. Now this is the standard 12th fret right here. So it's a Sika top, rosewood back and sides, with electronics in the cutaway. Okay. The GS Mini is 14th fret. Question?
Do you know when they do the 12th fret and shift your bridge down, do they shift the whole X down, or do they narrow the angle?
It's all shifted down. It's actually a totally different bracing too.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, you already played it already.
I did.
What about the slotted headstock?
The question is about the slotted headstock. Okay, now that's funny because we started doing it 2008, and one of the sales managers was like, "Bob, why'd you put that slotted headstock on there?" He's like, "Because I thought it looked cool." Okay. But now on the physics side, okay, the strings are actually going into the headstock. All right, so there's a lot more pressure on the nut of the guitar, so you increase the sustain and the vibration transfers through the neck that way. Okay, now if you look at the side view of a standard peg head, you can see those strings are sitting above the peg head, not going into it. Okay, so there's a slight advantage of actually having a slotted headstock on the guitar, but there's a disadvantage because there's less mass there too. So it's give or take. So if you think it looks cool, by all means get one. Anyone add?
Great job. Okay. Any more questions before we go to the petting zoo? Yes, sir.
Slotted, those are all 12, so you can't make a 14 with slot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely we can.
You can't.
We got this guitar right here. Now we make standard acoustics with no cutaways, no electronics, and if you get a grand concert, you can get a slotted headstock automatically. Okay. Did you want to plug that bad boy in?
Sure. Do you want to talk to the kids right now?
Yeah. No, we'll do that next time. Okay.